Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Adam with brahwegotthis, and today I'm going to talk about the huge news that dropped earlier last week on Monday with Microsoft and Bethesda. If you didn't see, Microsoft bought Bethesda and the parent company ZeniMax Media and many other internal studios. This purchase was for $7.5 billion, and that is a lot of cash, y'all. A lot. So I want to dive in deep here and go over what this potentially means for the future of the Elder Scrolls Online, because believe me, I think this is going to have a massive effect on ESO for the good. Before we get started, if you are new here, you can always come and watch me play live on twitch.tv/brahwegotthis on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the description. We do a just chatting sometimes and discuss things like these and obviously play the Elder Scrolls Online. Also, you can join our Discord, the Brahfia, and many other guilds that we have in the description as well, and check out all of our content on brahwegotthis.com. So Monday, it was announced that Microsoft bought Bethesda and its internal studios for $7.5 billion. A lot of times players or people see this type of news and they get very, very concerned. They think maybe the game they love may no longer get support. They also may think community managers or the devs won't be as connected to the community since they are a part of a larger company in essence. And in general, it ruffles the feathers of people because a lot of players and people don't like change. It makes them nervous. Well, I believe that this is going to have an amazing effect on ESO in so many ways. To start off, to help calm some of the nerves that may be nervous out there, ESO gave this statement shortly after the press release. It says, "By now, I am sure that most of you have heard the exciting news. ZeniMax Media, the parent company of ZeniMax Online Studios, has signed a deal to be acquired by Microsoft, including Bethesda Softworks and all of its studios, including ZOS. I want to take this moment to reassure the entire Elder Scrolls Online community that ESO will continue to be supported exactly as it was, and we fully expect it to keep growing and thriving on each of the platforms that are currently supported. We are very happy with the news and can't wait to see how the two companies working together can make ESO even better for everyone. I definitely want to thank you, the dedicated community that makes Elder Scrolls Online the huge phenomenon that it is today. We created the world, but it is you all, the fans and community of the game, that give it life. Thank you so much for being a part of the success story of ZOS and ESO. And rest assured in the knowledge that we are focused on supporting you for many more years to come." That is by Matt Furor. I'm sorry, Matt, if I did not pronounce that last name right, the studio director of ZeniMax Online Studios. But this should comfort a lot of you knowing that Matt mentioned that ESO will be supported exactly as it was on all the platforms. This is good news since some people may have thought that ESO would take a backseat to a lot of other priorities. I firmly and genuinely believe this statement, and I don't think we have anything to worry about, y'all. And that leads me to my second point that is pretty controversial for a lot of people, and that is the hated crown crate system and loot box system in ESO. Before I say that though, make sure to drop a comment below because I want to hear what you guys think about this news and how you're feeling and what you think the future of the game looks like. So, the crown crate system in ESO is something that is, to put it lightly, not a well-received topic. Many games now implement cash shops, cosmetic stores, and things of that nature to help monetize games. When ESO went to being a subscription-based game, these types of monetizations made its way into the game a lot. I will be the first person to tell you that ESO has the best-looking cosmetics of any MMO, in my opinion. And there are a ton of cosmetics in this game that you can earn for free in this game without having to spend a single penny. In fact, I have a video on all the free things you can earn in just the base game in the description below or at the top of the screen, so make sure to check that out. Also, I will say that ESO's Crown Store is basically 100% all cosmetic items. It is not pay to win. There are some skill points that you can get by getting sky shards and quest lines and stuff like that, but it requires you to complete them fully on one character before you can even do that. But that does not mean that everything is fairly priced or there isn't items that are overpriced and whatnot. A lot of the mounts in ESO are only able to be obtained through the Crown Store or the Crown Crate system. This is something I would love to see changed in the future because a lot of people don't like this because in other MMOs like WoW, basically all the mounts are obtainable in-game and you can do it by just playing the game. Now, ESO's mounts are impeccable looking, but it rubs people the wrong way in so many ways. And then you have the infamous Crown Crate loot boxes on top of that. And again, these are only cosmetic, but the drop chances of mounts and rare items are absolutely non-existent in these. Then that system then feeds you to the crown gems, where you can break down crown items for a ratio of gems to buy specific things from the store. These crates are pretty pricey as well, coming in at $4 roughly for one. And listen, I understand business, and what ZeniMax is doing with this system is honestly a business model that a lot of companies are doing with loot boxes. I mean, take Call of Duty, for instance. Activision has, the store that they have. Like, they used to have the loot boxes, but they have that store, and they make so much money. I mean, y'all, it makes a lot of money. I'm not saying that it is right how the odds are stacked against you or the gambling aspect of it. I'm just saying that I understand the business model of it, because a lot of companies are making tons of money off of this. But again, they are optional and they aren't necessary to play the game. But my whole point of saying all of this information is the buyout from Microsoft could change these forever. We could be going into an era where ESO has way less loot boxes, and here's why. Microsoft has an interesting stance on loot boxes from the Xbox Games Studio. Now, take this with a grain of salt, and I will get to that here in a second, but I want to read you the actual post. If you go to this website on Microsoft's website, you see that it says Xbox Game Studios loot box policies. They have the first blurb up at the top. Not really going to read that, but then you can read the loot box blurb. It says, loot boxes are one of the many items we offer for sale in our games, like trading cards. When you purchase a loot box, you know that you will receive a virtual item of value, blah, 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 blah. You get down, it says, we also want to be transparent about how Xbox Game Studios offers these items in our games. For all of our Xbox Game Studio games, starting with games released back in 2019, we will apply the following principles. Now, again, it says for all of our Xbox Game Studio games, and it says released back in 2019. This is still something that Microsoft owns, so I'm interested to see if these values may be implemented into ESO, because these values I don't think line up with the Crown Crate system in ESO, and I'll read them for you. It says, players always receive fair value. Players will receive a fair minimum value for all loot box purchases in our games. Every loot box will provide a virtual item that has an in-game worth or value equal to or greater than the amount paid. If you were honest, you could say that Crown Crates do not offer equal or fair value, in my opinion. 2, items in loot boxes can always be earned through play. That right there is something that just breaks the loot box system in ESO. It says all items available through paid loot boxes in our games will also be available through unpaid opportunity by gameplay, i.e. grinding. That right there, again, there's things in loot boxes in ESO that you cannot earn by playing the game, basically all the mounts. 3, content probability disclosure. Where loot box items are offered for purchase within our games, players will be told the probability of obtaining each category of possible items, e.g. 80% for a common item, 15% for a rare item, and 5% for an epic item. Number 4, purchase disclosures. Our games will disclose at the point of purchase or download that they offer in-game purchases. 5, no pay to play in premium games. For purchased to own games, players will not be required to make additional purchases to play in base game, expansions, DLCs, or special content that may require additional purchase. 6, we won't use the information you share with us to reduce your odds. We will not use a player's personal or gameplay information to negatively impact the odds or results of receiving valuable loot box item. The information, if used, would only be used to enhance the opportunity of a player. The possible items received by may be geared toward what a player needs at a given time in the game, or prevent duplicates where the duplicate item has no added value. So again, these values are something on this Microsoft website. The question is, will these be added to the game of ESO? Will these be applied since Microsoft just bought basically Bethesda? We will see. I really think that it could alter it for the good, but again, this is something that only time will tell. But again, take all of this with a grain of salt. So since Microsoft owns ZeniMax Media now, we could see a reduction in the Crown Crate system, like I said. Will there be a need for monetization with the Crown Crate system? Because these crates definitely don't provide fair value, in my opinion. I don't think anyone would disagree with that statement. So since that goes against one of those values, wouldn't that mean a potential lack of microtransactions? Because if you think about it, microtransactions are there to make money for the game. They are a big way that ZeniMax monetizes this game. I mean, honestly, it really is. So maybe with more potential financial aspects with a bigger company, maybe more resources, this could reduce this down significantly. And then that trickles down even further. With the reduction of microtransactions means possibly more ways to earn cosmetics in the game without paying money. I have wanted a way to earn mounts without paying money for so long in this game, and I think a lot of you have too. World of Warcraft will always reign superior in the mount system because mounts are earnable through achievements. Again, ESO's mounts look way better in my opinion, but almost all of them are behind a paywall. Take the Ebon Dwarf mount, for instance. This is the new mount from the new Antiquity system, which, by the way, you can find a guide on the Antiquity systems in the description or the top of the screen. Shameless plug. But this was an earnable mount, and it was amazing. If ZOS could put more mounts in the game like this, I think that might actually lead more people to play ESO, maybe from the World of Warcraft community or other MMOs. This is all a possibility with the Microsoft acquisition because potentially this could lead to greater funding, greater resources, hence not having to rely on maybe Crown Store purchases or Crown Crates. Now, do I think the Crown Store will go away completely? No, I don't. I think it will stay. And honestly, I'm fine with the cosmetic shop. I just want ways to earn mounts. I want ways to earn every single cosmetic. And now we may actually have a possibility that this will happen one day. And again, a lot of cosmetics in this game are earnable, but the mounts are some of the biggest things that people want, but they are so expensive. And so this is exciting and possibly some good news for that system. The next trickle-down effect that will probably take priority over the Crown Store, to be honest, is improving server performance. This is something that has plagued ESO for years, and a lot of players have left due to this or have gotten really frustrated over this over the years. ZOS has been working hard this year to improve these things, but it is a huge beast to tackle. This new acquisition could finally be a breakthrough for ZOS. This could lead to better servers, this could lead to a funneling of resources, maybe to acquire a more robust server system that could vastly improve the gameplay for a lot of players. This is what I believe will be the biggest change that comes from this buyout. And this even leads to the possibility of even more robust and daring DLCs, expansions, and updates. We may see ESO push the envelope even more when it comes to the innovation of services put in the game. This then leads to my next point, the potential changes coming with ESO Plus. Will there be an ESO Plus at all? Will we see a price decrease? Will this get added in a bundle to the Xbox Game Pass? So in my opinion, I don't think that ESO Plus will go away completely just because it has so many selling points that drives revenue for the game. The craft bag, the DLCs, and so much more help drive people to get ESO Plus. I think there is more of a chance that ESO Plus decreases in price due to maybe a larger financial backing or it being bundled with the Xbox Game Pass. Maybe $10 a month possibly could be the target price for it. This could cut into maybe some of the players from World of Warcraft due to the $5 price difference. I think this isn't likely, but it's still a possibility. The next question then is, how does Microsoft incorporate the subscription into the Xbox Game Pass? Would they just put ESO, the actual game, on there? Or would they maybe make a promotion of, hey, if you subscribe to this Game Pass, you will get X amount of months free of ESO Plus? These are all things that will be interesting to see how they unfold. This leads to the next point. What about PlayStation players? So the good news is this game will be on the PS5 due to the post a week or so ago saying that there will be next-gen support. But would Xbox possibly get content released as soon as PC does now? Because normally all the DLCs or expansions come out about a week or two early on PC than on the consoles. With this buyout, will Xbox players get content the same time? Will they get exclusive content? I don't think that they will get exclusive content, but I think there is a possibility that Xbox may get an earlier release time than PlayStation's content release. Also, this brings up the question of crossplay or no crossplay. People have been wondering if ESO will ever be crossplay. My first gut feeling is no. I don't think it will ever be crossplay, and that is due to the add-ons on PC. I don't know if there's any way to balance that when it comes to like PvP or all that other stuff. The other thing is all the other server-related stuff just doesn't seem like it would make sense, and I just don't know how they would do it. I mean, it would be a huge project. But with Microsoft backing it, you never know. Who knows? Maybe it could be something they could accomplish. My closing point is, what does this mean for the future support of ESO? I believe that this buyout, again, will positively impact ESO more than it would negatively impact it by a long shot. I think that this may have been the push that was needed to really get ESO to the point of becoming the most played and most enjoyable MMO on the market. With Microsoft backing a game this big, there's a very solid community that has devs and community managers that listen to feedback and try to do their best to make this game the best they possibly can. I can't see how this doesn't mean we will be seeing some amazing content in the future and for a good long while. Servers, I think, will be tremendously improved. I think possible more innovative classes or gameplay features that might not have been possible without this is going to emerge, and I think there's going to be much, much more. I believe that the future is bright with ESO, and I am excited to be a part of it. But I just want to say, if you enjoyed this video, or it was your first time watching my videos, make sure to like, subscribe, heavy attack the bell icon, stay up to date for the giveaways and videos. Also, if you want to watch me play live, I stream on twitch.tv/brahwegotthis on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the description. Make sure to also join our Discord, the Brahwegotthis, and our guilds. The link is in the description as well. And lastly, thank you to the new patron that joined, Pat. Thank you for joining the Patreon, and many thanks to my other patrons as well. If you'd like to join the Patreon, make sure to check out the link in the description below and check it out. But until next time, have faith, be great, and I'll see you all on ESO.